Think of a place where you feel safe, a place where you feel connected, you feel joy and relaxed, a place where you feel home. Open slowly your eyes.
The number of people aged 65 and up will increase over the next few decades. Society will change as a result, but how?
Okay, there's some kind of video here.
There's a lot of young students in Copenhagen who doesn't have a home. And there's a lot of elders who live in big homes with a lot of room spaces for students. Could we combine these two?
Okay, yes. We have a lot of young students in Copenhagen who don't have a home. We have a lot of elderly who maybe have extra rooms but lacks company. We have a solution because we think young people could move in with elderly, but it needs a platform, and we call that platform Hjem. To make this platform, we thought, okay, maybe we should ask the users. The elderly at Frederiksberg Center said, oh, it's important to establish trust to these young fellows, and we have to meet the person in person before we let them into our houses. And we said, okay, where can we contact you with this great idea? They said, in the internet, of course. And if we don't have internet, we use our local society. We asked the young people too. And we said, okay, this idea, 3 words. And they said, okay, who's the person I'm living with? What does it cost? And why not? And I think most critical is, they said it's practical, it's stable, and it's cozy. So this platform is on the internet. It's a platform where young people and elderly makes profiles. They can put up videos, preferences on how they live. So when they get together, they will be comfortable because they maybe know who they are. The website provides matches. Which young people would be good with older people? And we provide meetings, facilitating the first meeting and support both users.
So how do we implement this idea? The first step for us is to make a success story. And we want to make 5 success stories. Going out and identifying 5 young people and 5 open elderly minds that wants to combine and move in together. When we have these 5 success stories, we want to connect with funds like Trygfonden and Velupsfonden who supports in positive aging and life well-being. In this period of making the funding, we would like to engage the users in actually developing on this platform, because we are meeting challenges, looking at elders, trying to make the design easy and nice to navigate in. But if we then take a step back and look at where is the business in this, we would like to make a non-profit organization that works for the cause of intergenerational exchanges and collaborations. Our focus will be in the Copenhagen living area, where we have 60,000 elderly people living around. And only around 4% of them are moving out. They feel lonely, and there's a focus now on positive aging about social relations, and mental health is actually good for your everyday life. But how is this economically sustainable? We'll make the platform so that it is memberships and fees that you pay in to actually meet up with the elderly people. In order for us in a year to work on this, to have this as a business, we will need 300 elders who have invited youth into their homes, and 2,000 students who are paying a membership within our platform, and as an additional 50 add-on packages that is facilitating the second meeting where they physically meet and contract fees. So let's find homes for your friends and families.
What should the price be for a membership for the elderly and for the young?
We have thought into that, and we've seen that Boligbetaling, which we can compare with, they're paying 375. As far as we see here, they're paying 400 as a membership, but at the same time, we're looking into a lower rental fee. because it is for elders. They can rent out a room for a maximum of 24,000 per year, so they don't have to pay taxes on it, and it doesn't have an effect on the subsidies that they get from the government. So therefore, the rent have to be low for them to actually invite them in.
Did you ask the young and the elderly when you talked to them about the idea, what the price level should be?
Yes, we did, to some extent, and there was a bit of indifference with it. But the young people said we would like to pay a higher fee than boligbetaling if it's a lower rental that we're getting it for.
How do you define elderly? Because elderly in my mind is like
very
old, and those
was
people
on
are
the
not
video.
that old, right?
65 plus.
Okay. I don't know if those people want to be called elderly, so marketing
But it is actually how we see it in society: 65 plus, and when you go on retirement, and that is around 65.
But it's just it's a marketing thing, right? Your communication is quite important.
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah,
it's a big.
And this is in English too. That's like it would be in Danish. That's why we chose to call it Hjem, because it would be, of course, in Danish when it's targeted.
I just have a comment and question. The comment is, I believe that there's more young people in need of home than elderly people who would like to give out a room to someone.
We're not.
So probably you should consider having different payments from the elderly and the young.
But we have
that's my comment. My question is, why have you chosen to make it a non-profit organization, and why don't you collaborate with a dating website? Because that's more or less the same. It's not two who are going to be romantically interconnected, but it's just two different people who want to meet each other.
Because there's big possibilities of actually taking this forward, and not only making this a course where people who doesn't have a home can come in and meet others, but we can also take it further and make events where it's more ways it's getting into the vision. So I think it's our belief of giving it back to the elders.
But again, there's possibilities here. We want to make this like user-driven. So we want to go out tomorrow, ask the users what do you want to pay, and we could maybe ask some business guys and say, how do we tackle this?
It just tends to be a problem with relying on funds to support you. That may work the first year, but I haven't seen very many where it works long term. So if you are going to start it, I would really advise that you make it work on commercial terms.
Thank you.
And if you're going to have 2,000 young people,